quick and opening statement, please?
First of all, let's talk a little lower. Thank you to Ed DeChellis, the United States Naval Academy, CBS Sports. Just a great 2 days. I mean, just the entire event is amazing. I was so thrilled with the way our guys just kind of immersed themselves into the yard yesterday. Every moment of it was a very, very long day, but everything that they learned here, I mean, I got to live it for 7 years. It's one of the greatest honors and blessings of my life, and it carries over. You know, things like routine, brotherhood, seeing fallen people, love, servant leadership, and these are all the same things we talk about here at St. Joe's. And so just thank them for having us in the event. It's amazing. Houston's a great opponent. Obviously picked to win a national championship. There's so many reasons why they are. The physicality, the talent, the coaching, the discipline, and I'm not happy with the result of the game, but I'm not displeased with a lot of the things that happened on the court, just for where we want to go as a program. This will be a great lesson for us, and look forward to moving on.
This question's for both of you. Coach, could you just go first? Just a little bit in detail about what is so special about this Veterans Classic.
Man, well, we don't have enough time, but I mean, one, we get to compete, so the game in and of itself is awesome. I just think we have a lot going on in our country, and people's opinions and disagreements, they're entitled to them. Everybody has not been treated the same in the United States of America, but I think when you come here, you're reminded that you need to respect the people that have laid their lives on the line. It's literally, they'll die for us. They don't even know us. And when you have to be reminded of that sometimes. You can still have your opinions, you can still have your arguments, and they have great validity based on the experiences that we've all had are all different. But if you can be reminded that there are people their age, that have made a decision at 18, we post a graphic that says committed to St. Joe's, they post a graphic that says I'm committed to you, and that's a big deal. I just think just being in part of that was great, and getting to play Houston was as equally as great.
How about
just being here, like Coach said, it really reminds you what type of people you're playing for. They literally lay their lives on the line every day. Getting to experience how they live here was real nice. When we got to sit down and listen to the guest speaker, he really reminded us like how special this place was, and when you step inside these walls, like you feel something different. You don't really think about it much. Like coming here, you're thinking you're just gonna come play a game, but once you really feel and see the names on the walls and stuff, it really hits you a different way, and it really changes your attitude going to the game. Like this is a really special place, and we really have to compete for the people that follow.
Coach, in the second half, obviously you could kind of tell that the quality of the floor was getting a bit questionable at times with the moisture on there. I know they talked about on the broadcast that the refs had encouraged you and Coach Sampson to discontinue the game at the final under 4 media timeout, but you guys wanted to continue. What was the decision and wanting to keep going there?
Well, it's unfair. Number one, maybe we need to raise our taxes so we can help the alumni hall here with their heating and cooling system. Listen, that's not a smart rule. To postpone a game when a team's up 26 points, they're going to win the game, and they're a national championship aspirational program that is real this year. It's very, very real, and so to play and not get a win, I just thought it was not the right decision to make, and I think we're going to be good, so it could end up being a really quality win for them. So we just you go to your bench and tell the guys don't chase anyone down, don't put anybody in injury. There needs to be something that's logical, right? It's like, okay, the team's up 26 points, no one should get hurt. Can we call the game and give them a win? I would have been happy to do that. Unless we could have called the game and given us a win, then maybe it would have been different. But it just was the right thing to do for the University of Houston, bottom line. And we just made sure we were smart about not getting injured.
Billy, Fleming and Brown both went down. Do you think that was tied to the floor, and how do you think they are at this point?
I don't know how they are. Brown's was a cramp. He fell after the layup, probably more due to the contact at the basket and less to do with the floor, but then he cramped. Fleming played great, went for an offensive rebound and landed on someone's foot, which happens almost every time somebody goes up for that type of confrontation. So I don't think those things had to do with the floor.
When I know when we talked last month, you were very optimistic about what this team could become in time.
Yeah.
How encouraged are you, just kind of based on some of that feistiness after about the eight-minute mark?
Yeah, I mean, I'm encouraged. This is just a data point for the encouragement. It's not the reason why I'm encouraged. It's everything since the group has been together in late May. So, listen, this is St. Joe's basketball. We've been number one in the country. We've been to a Final Four. We've been to a Sweet 16. We've been to an Elite Eight. We've had the National Player of the Year. We've had the National Coach of the Year. We've had a Hall of Fame coach. We've got 20 people that have played in the NBA. We've had NBA head coaches. We play in a high major league. There's like, I'm not walking out of here like, oh, gee, we hung with Houston. There's zero part of me that thinks like that. Like, not one single part of me. It's just now we have a group of guys that I believe can do it because of everything that has happened before. So I'm encouraged about what we can become, but I'm not happy that we lost the game. Like, not at all. There are some things, though, that I love. The fight, the rebounding, not their rebounding, but our rebounding. We turned them over. I thought we drove the ball once we got comfortable and played the way we want to play.
Coach, nice to see you as
Always
always.
great to see you, too.
You know, you mentioned being at an event like the Veterans Classic. You said it yourself, you spent 7 years here at Navy. Your dad, I talked to earlier, was sitting in the stands. What did that really mean to you, for your guys, to play in this type of an atmosphere and to be able to say, you know, yeah, okay, we didn't get the job done, but we did come close, especially that condensation. You went on that really nice run. You were down almost 13.
Yeah. I mean, again, it all ties together. I think what it says is, you know, here's what we're capable of doing. The thing that's great about Houston is they just do not stop. If they're up 20, they want to beat you by 40. If they're down 5, they want to try to beat you by 20. They're going to play the whole time. It's endurance. It's what we're talking about. And so what's great is, like, you know, our guys yesterday watched formation at noon. That's endurance. That's united. You know, all the things that we talk about, you get to see other people do it. So I think the event and the game all tie together as just a shared experience for us as we continue to try to become.
And Eric, you're from here, of course. You grew up in the Maryland type area. What did it mean to be home?
You know, coming back home is always amazing. You get to have a lot of people come out, you know, family, friends. So I love it. I love being home. It's a sense of comfortability. So I love being home.
And Coach, I know that, you know, the Atlantic 10 is really good this year, and obviously you have some teams that, you know, are getting a lot of national attention, St. Louis, Dayton, VCU. Are there specific things you're going to take from this game against Houston, another really high caliber opponent, looking forward to those? Not too far ahead, but just you're going to have to face them at some point.
You know, every game takes on a life of its own, so you're looking for the consistency of just playing like Hawks. I'm not thinking about those 3 programs. I don't really think about anybody else other than us. So, and I don't mean that in a negative. Those 3 programs are really good. They got really good teams. I walk out of here thinking, and I thought this morning, you know, Kelvin Sampson became the head coach of the University of Houston 8 years ago. If somebody would have said to him, in year 6, you're going to be in the Final Four. In year 7, you're going to be 20 seconds away from the Final Four. In year 8, you're picked to win the Final Four. I walk away with, like, okay, you just played that. He wants to be an NBA player. There were 30 NBA scouts here today to watch Sasser and Sheet. Okay, you want to be a Final Four program? That's what it looks like. You know, that's not Kentucky. That's not Duke. That's a program that began similar to where we had to become and had similar history like we had too. So it's more about where we want to go and how we become that than it is thinking about anything else other than doing it tomorrow. That's it. It's a great question, but I'll be worrying about those guys when we play them.